Hey going guys, welcome to Wrestling Mate. I'm your host, Tommy Venom, and today we're going to be discussing AEW's Fight for the Fallen pay-per-view. We're going to be discussing, I'm going to be reviewing it, and I'm going to be offering my predictions on where they're going with the company and certain storylines I can see that are happening. All that after this introduction. Sorry. I was just enjoying these beautiful Tim Tams. It's an Aussie tradition with some milk. Alright, so the first match we're going to discuss is the six-man tag, which was featuring Joey Janela, the bad boy, and Jimmy Havoc, the king of the deathmatch. And lastly, but not least, young Darby Allin versus what I consider to probably be the best heel in the business at the moment. Obviously MJF, that bloke, love his work. Followed by Sean Spears. He's got quite a lot of heat at the moment, which he's playing to his strengths. I'm loving seeing him out of his shell. It's been great. And also young Sammy Guevara, who is extremely talented and I think is yet to shine, but definitely his physical attributes and athletically he's there. It's just piecing everything together, but that overall match, I was happy with it. I can't fault it. The storyline obviously tied in well that the end of the match, Sean Spears pinned Darby Allin, which was something that Cody Rhodes couldn't do in the last pay-per-view. So you can see a match building between Spears and Cody. At this point, you'd have to say that it's probably going to happen at All Out in Chicago, the Sean Spears Cody Rhodes, which, in my opinion, makes perfect sense. And I know there's been a lot of talk in regards to the chair shot. I loved him coming out with the chairman shirt. I thought that was hilarious. Well done. Pretty happy with that overall. The next match I want to get into was the women's match between Brandy Rhodes and Ali. This match was okay. It was okay. It was more the fact they wanted to go and build a story, I guess, and start a rivalry. Obviously, I think people weren't expecting Awesome Kong to be there again, which, if you've watched it, you'll know the crowd was lit for that. They loved seeing Awesome Kong back, so that was great. Yeah, as a wrestling match, it was okay. They got their spots in. There was quite a few botches. But again, could have been nerves. It's a pressure situation, especially Brandy. She hasn't wrestled for quite a while. But give it time and they'll come good. Yeah, the ending of that match obviously setting up Aja Kong versus Awesome Kong possibly. Couple of heavyweights there. Definitely looking forward to that one if it comes to fruition. The first time I seen Aja Kong at Double or Nothing, straight away I thought they could do something with Awesome Kong here. Kong versus Kong. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. Obviously, Brandy's running a bit of a heel character, which is interesting considering Cody's more of a face at the moment. So we'll see how that works and plays out. Although maybe they're not going for heels and faces in this company. Who knows? But that's definitely something that we're going to find out in the near future. All right, the next match I want to get into, guys. Now, this one, to me, it almost stole the show. And that may be criticised. And if you don't agree with me, that's cool, man. Put your comments down below. I'm happy to read them. I'm happy to get back to you. everyone's got their own opinions and they're quite welcome to. I'd have to go the three-way tag match. So 3 teams, 2 men, and that was the Dark Order versus Angelico and Chris Evans, which I don't know about Chris Evans. I mean, is he putting that on, or does he actually think he's that good? Is he, like, to me, he's a dick. I don't know. But maybe that's what he's trying to do. And if he is, well, it's working. You got me, brother. And the other team was obviously Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Now, those two, I know the commentators were saying that Jungle Boy was man of the match. I partially agree. I feel like the one that actually shined the most, and they took a while to get him in there, was Luchasaurus. He's actually going to be a big player because he's jacked, he's obviously tall, and he's got a cool gimmick, man, and he's actually athletic. So I can see him definitely playing a role down the track. Some of the spots in that match were crazy, man. The double team moves were sick. I mean, there's a few times I thought, this has got to be it. It's got to be. And obviously there was a breakup or a kick out, or so that one definitely had me on the edge of my seat. Some of those guys took some crazy risks in that match. And hats off, it all come off successfully. I had a feeling the Dark Order was going to go over before it started, just because they put all that effort into them, and on the last show debuting, not the last show, sorry, Double or Nothing. They're not a bad team. They really aren't. So obviously they're going to progress and face the Best Friends at All Out at Chicago, which, while we're on that note, will be a ruckus crowd. That crowd will be insane. It will be unbelievable. Might just touch quickly on the crowd tonight at Fight for the Fallen. Let me know what you thought in the comments down below. But I'm going to say the crowd was average. There were times where they were really into it, and there were other times where I thought, man, they're a bit quiet. I mean, I'd be a bit more vocal. I actually thought they were really dead for the Chris Jericho promo. And I thought his promo could have been better. I really did. It's not a knock to Chris. I mean, obviously he's a pro and he's cut thousands of promos before. But I don't know. I thought he could have done a bit better than that. But that's a minor gripe of mine. Chris Jericho. Let's go into our next match that I'm going to talk about. Was Hangman Adam Page versus Kip Sabian. Now, what a hard-hitting match that was. Man, those boys, they tore it up. And Kip Sabian took some massive risks. And I'd also like to point out that it was quite a funny moment when they were outside the ring and there was a crowd there, a big, tall, bald dude, quite vocal throughout the night, actually, which quite all can be. I thought there was a part in the show later on. I think he took it a bit far, this fan. He didn't get physical, but almost thought he was going to. It was a bit with Kip Sabian where he was in his face and Kip Sabian almost went to kiss him on the lips, and I was a bit taken back by it. Not that I've got anything against homosexuals or anything like that. I've got a couple of mates that are that way inclined and good dudes. Nothing wrong with that. But I thought it was a great way as a wrestler to put the fan off. And it did. It really took him back, and he was a bit, oh, what? So I thought that was hilarious and quick thinking on his behalf. But getting back to the match, great match, hard hitting, delivered everything it needed to do. It told the story, and it obviously planted the seed for the knee injuries not fixed with Adam Page, which is obviously they're going to play on that at All Out for sure versus Chris Jericho. But one of the moves that took me by surprise was the powerbomb onto the stage from inside the ring. I mean, I know what that stuff's like to take the moves outside of the ring or the moves on the apron. There was quite a few moves on the apron tonight. There's just no give, man. And they can seriously wind you and hurt you. So hats off for those performers that took moves like that. Putting your body on the line, obviously, to further your career or whatever the reason. I mean, it was entertaining, and I know I appreciated it. So yeah, the finish of that match, obviously Hangman going over, which wasn't really a surprise, unless the only other thing I've seen coming for that match was maybe a possibility of a time limit thing, because they did obviously play on that. There was about a minute to go before it was officially over. But I thought possibly Chris Jericho was going to run in even after he did run in after the match, but I thought he was going to run in to end the match, but that didn't happen. So I'm glad there was a winner there, because obviously wins and losses mean something in AEW, which is something a lot different to if people are stuck in the mainstream product of WWE, where they just do whatever they want. Like, you can be losing 400 straight matches and then all of a sudden you're Jinder Mahal and you're the WWE champion. Makes perfect sense. Oh, we're going to India? Oh, okay. How many Indian wrestlers we got? Oh, yeah, okay. Who's the buffest looking one? Yep. Okay. Yep, put it on him. Yep, give him the belt. I said give him the belt, god damn it. Oh, really? Anyways, enough of that rubbish. Let's get back to some real wrestling content. Fight for the Fallen. So, Jericho, I mean, you tell it was Jericho. I mean, coming out as one of those creepers from the Dark Order. Yeah, personally, I felt that angle was a bit cheap. I like the fact that they went for the bit of a gig. Yeah, bit of a gig. Bit of a slice there on the eyebrow, a bit of blood. Love that they went for that. That was cool. But yeah, Jericho coming out under the mask again. We've seen it at All In when he came out as Pentagon, and that was good because he actually looked killer in the Pentagon Junior outfit, which was sick. So that was a bit. Yeah, I would have just sneak attack. Who cares? We know who you get. You know who it is. You're not fooling anyone. But yeah, that obviously the story's building there, and I'm actually quite intrigued. And then later on, Chris Jericho cut that promo, and obviously Adam Page come out and got his 2 cents worth, or his bit of flesh, I guess, and obviously the locker room and everyone split them up. So as regards to moving forward to All Out, I keep saying All In, moving All Out. What's your thoughts, guys? Put your thoughts in the comments. Hangman Adam Page or Chris Jericho? Who's going to be the first ever AEW champion? Originally, I was thinking Jericho. But the way they're booking Adam Page, got a feeling like they're going for that real underdog. Obviously, he's not a household name. But then again, at the same time, I'm thinking, surely they go with Chris Jericho. He's tried it, tested. Everyone's going to know who Chris Jericho is. So I'm not too sure where they're going with that one. But then at the same time, I'm thinking, they are going with Adam Page because they want young, fresh talent and they want to push that talent. And obviously, originally, I believe they were planning Hangman Adam Page versus Puck for the title. So Adam Page was always going to be in the picture. Maybe he was always going to be the champion. Who knows? I mean, but that's the great thing about AEW at the moment, is that it's unpredictable. It's unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know who's going over because there's not enough history to go by, and it's not going to be like WWE the way they're booking it. It's not going to be like that, and it's exciting. As you're a fan, it's exciting times. It really is. All right, and the next match I want to talk about, guys, and this one was another one that almost stole the show for me as well. SoCal Uncensored. Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky, accompanied by Christopher Daniels, Fallen Angel, which, from what I'm hearing, his contribution to this company behind the scenes is pretty good and well worth the money that they're getting for him. But that's another story. So SoCal Uncensored versus the Lucha Brothers, Zero Mero. Man, the Lucha Brothers, man, those guys, seriously, they're insane, man. I love it. I love how they go about it. I love their style. I love their movesets. Their outfit, everything about them is killer. Like it is, mate. It is, g'day, mate. I've got some good shit to do, and I'm going to do it. That's how they're rolling, man. That's how they're doing it. They amaze me. They really do. But let's not take the shine away from SCU. Wow. Another great performance there as well, lads. Solid effort. I mean, the tag team wrestling on AEW is just, it's up here. It really is. Like, and we've seen tonight, you can finish a pay-per-view on a tag team match, on tag team wrestling. When's the last time Vince has done that? Well, hang on a second. He's actually going to do it soon, tomorrow night, I believe. But it's going to be intergender. But, yeah, we're not talking about that. See you later. SoCal Uncensored, Lucha Brothers, wow. Told a killer story. Told a great story. There were some sick sequences. There always is with the Lucha Brothers. And the athleticism on both teams was top notch. It really was. Kazarian, even at his age, you know, he can still go, man. He really can. I loved all the spots in there, man. I loved it. I loved that whole match. So they got a big thumbs up from me, guys. And then they set up after the match the attack with the ladder, and I thought, where are they going with this? Ladder match. And obviously they're challenging the Young Bucks, and I believe it's going to happen at All Out for a ladder match. But I can't work out why ladder match. Because normally with a ladder match, I mean, it makes sense to have something that you're reaching for. Like, what are they reaching for? There's no tag team championships to reach for. I thought they were going to be doing a tournament to see who gets to, you know, go head to head to be the first ever AEW tag team champions. So, I'm not sure where they're going with that. Maybe they are going to go Lucha Brothers and that for the first titles. Who knows? But I'd really like to see something, because it makes no sense. Why have a ladder match? It really doesn't. But it was good to see the Lucha Brothers cut a promo. Obviously, I'm not actually sure how great their English is. But the fans were into it, man. And you could get the gist of what they were saying, and obviously help with the commentary team as well. So the next match we had was Kenny Omega versus Shima. Now, I wasn't quite sure what to expect for this match. Both guys are pretty hard hitting, can do high flying stuff. Both known for their striking as well. So it had all the elements to be a great match, and it was. It really was. It was a fantastic match, actually. Shima definitely delivered. I mean, he took some risks. And man, that guy can go. He looks, I mean, again, he's not a spring chicken, but man, he can go, eh? So yeah, that was definitely a rip snorter of a match. That means pretty good. So that was one of my rip snorter matches of the night. And then obviously Kenny went over. I'm not sure how long they went for. I think they went for about 30 minutes, roughly? Let me know if you know in the comments. Next match, the main event that I was looking forward to was the Rhodes brothers, Dustin and Cody, versus Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks. You know what? I'm not 100% sold that it was as good as it could have been. It was a really, really, really good match. Not sure it was a great match though. The other tag matches, I mean, there's probably a bit more star power in the main event, which was given. But I don't know. It didn't blow me away. The Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks, that blew me away, man. That is one of the greatest matches of all time of tag team wrestling. So check that out. Do yourself a favour. But, there was definitely moments in there where both teams and everyone shined. So that was good. Who really shined out of the whole thing for me was Cody. Cody really shined in that match. His size, speed, athleticism. I mean, surely down the track sometime he's AEW World Champion, and for a while, you would think. Fantastic. The ending was good. The Young Bucks going over. I think the jury's out. I mean, I really hope that Dustin Rhodes hasn't retired, because we all know he was actually going to retire at Double or Nothing. But then he obviously accepted this offer. He can still go. He's still worth it. He's still worth the money of him, to pay to see him. So I'd really love to see that. Love to see him stay on. And then obviously the closing of the show. Now that was a top show, and it was a top way to close it. I know they felt a bit rushed and under pressure, but at the end of the day, that was for a good cause, and they raised $150,000 to go to victims of gun violence. Now that is fantastic. And that just goes to show that they are giving back to the community, and the community is into this. Like, wrestling fans, even if, everyone's coming together and we're actually getting something. We're getting a product that we've wanted for years. We're not forced to watch that other stuff anymore, and we don't have to even watch it at all. But it's so good, and his promo at the end that Cody cut was amazing. It really was. He's got some serious skill. The fact that they had nothing for him in that other company, and they made him dress up and paint his face. I mean, what a joke. What a joke. That guy, he has got some serious talent. And I couldn't be happier for the bloke. So, overall, guys, fantastic show. Didn't let me down. As for a grade, I normally give a grade now. I'm going to give this show probably an A-, I reckon. Yeah, B+ to an A- I'm going to give it. If you think otherwise, or you want to talk about something with me, let me know. Hit me up on Facebook, guys, Tommy Venom, or hit the like and subscribe, ring the bell, get the notifications, and hopefully you're enjoying the content. If there's something you want to see me do differently, maybe you want to see me just do individual match videos of reviews, let me know. I'm going to keep my ear out, see if I hear any news, and if I do, I'm going to film it, I'm going to upload it, and I'm going to ship it your way. But you got to hit the like and subscribe, guys. Anyways, I'm going to get back to me Milk and Tim Tams. Hey, these are killer.